I want to give a congratulations first to the Clipse. 112K sold first week. That is incredible numbers.
I keep saying 112, 118. Which one is it?
I've seen conflicting ones, but I'm looking at.
It's a win, man. It's a win for hip hop.
Billboard shit here, and it's 112 here. 54, almost 55,000 pure sales, which I think is incredible too.
Independent?
Yeah, which despite what people, when they see the Roc Nation thing, and here I go caping when I'm really not, I'm just telling you the truth. Roc Nation's label folded into a distribution company. So you can sign to Roc Nation and not be on their label. You can just sign to their distribution company.
Yeah.
There is a million artists that y'all think are purely independent that use Roc's distribution.
Mm-hmm.
People use TuneCore, they're still independent, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
It's just another version of that. But that also means they're gonna like want to check on their investment too. Mm-hmm. If they get a percentage of what you do, why wouldn't we try to help y'all push anything?
Right.
And also, what's wrong with that?
Mm-hmm.
The new fan shit of trying to kill TDE for like giving Doechii a lot of looks and all this major, they got a major, that's the point of your label, is to push you. You guys have seen labels be so shitty for so long that y'all get confused when a label does their job and say there's something wrong with it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's only in our face because of the label. Yeah, that's the fucking point.
Right.
And I don't know, how do you feel about this Clipse perspective of their rollout? I think it was amazing. We came on here and said it's been one of the better rollouts. But the way it's been turned into this machine manipulation is absolutely insane to me. What publication, media outlet did the Clipse do that not every single fucking artist has done before?
I think what the Clipse did was dope. I mean, it felt like an old school rollout. They actually was out, moving around, doing the work. But on top of the rollout and things like that, one thing that a lot of people don't understand, Rory, is the work that goes on behind the scenes for these rollouts. This is months in advance that these things have to be planned. But the bottom line, because you can have the greatest rollout, but if the music doesn't stand up to the rollout and doesn't stand up to all of the things and us constantly seeing this in our face, that's when it's a problem. Now, what the Clipse did, the music, it spoke for itself. They did what they were supposed to do on that side of it. The rollout helped amplify it and let people know that the album was coming. I love what they're doing from the vinyls, the artwork, the sneakers. Everything that they're doing is intentional. It makes sense. It seems like it's a well-executed plan to back up a well-executed body of work.
Exactly. And I'm glad you said intentional, because to finish my point, yeah, the Clipse didn't go anywhere that anyone else had. Anytime they went somewhere, they made it intentional and it sat with the audience. Mm-hmm. What they spoke about, even if you disagreed with it, even if you said, oh, it's clout chasey with the Push and Travis shit. Every time the Clipse went somewhere, they made something count, whether they were talking about their parents passing. Whether they were just playing Jada and Fat Joe, some of the songs before on camera, and you just said Jada just had the disgusting, that's intentional. Mm-hmm. That's you're taking a platform that has a lot of numbers and the audience is leaving with something that has to do with your project.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you could say they had the machine, but the machine wasn't in the room with them when they were being interviewed, when they were promoting it. Mm. You think Push and Malice need Roc Nation or even Steven Victor, one of the best managers, or even Steven, to get the looks that they got? No, because they've been in this business for 25 years, have their own connections. Yeah. People love them. They are legends in their own right, legendary catalog, started with Pharrell. No, maybe people just like the Clipse and maybe they're very good at what they do. Because I would love to see what look the Clipse got that every A-list artist on a major hasn't gotten.
Yeah, no, I think the Clipse, what they did was they just spoke to their fan base. They catered to their fan base. If you're new to the Clipse, I'm sure that they welcome that as well. But I think they focused on their core. They focused on what they do. They didn't go too far away from the Clipse brand and the things that they would naturally align themselves with. Again, do I feel like some of it was clout chasing? Yeah. I feel like the Travis shit was a little clout chasing.
Can we look up the definition of clout chasing? Because we've talked about this before.
Well, let's look.
Isn't marketing clout chasing?
Let's look up the definition of clout. Yeah, you already know what chasing means.
But it's been manipulated to the culturally.
But yeah, I don't. But even if it is right, even if I feel like the Travis shit was unnecessary and it was to, kind of amplify things, cool. My thing is, the music still stood though. The music was still good.
And before anything Travis related, all those interviews, they were reacting to a song.
Yeah.
It's not like there was no music related to, because of course we always want rappers to rap about how they feel. I always want to know how Push feels, even if it is at Travis's expense. It's not like he just went on a interview run talking about it. They were asking about a verse he had in a song. So, you know, if you're gonna do that, yeah, it's in the music.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
And in the music was great. Again, you know, they didn't go far away from their formula with Pharrell. I mean, and if you're blessed enough to have Pharrell, you know, in charge of your music and in the studio producing your music, I mean, you really just got a layup at that point. Like it's like, you know, Pharrell set the screen, you can go get a bucket. So I mean, I think the Clipse did what they were supposed to do, man. Yeah. This just speaks to keeping true to your formula, keeping true to your brand, keeping true to it is what you do, keeping true to your audience, feeding your audience. You know, in a time like now where it's a lot of other things in the space and sounds and things like that, you know, it takes a certain type of person to know who they are, know what their sound is, to stay true to it and deliver. And that's what they did, man. Whether you like the Clipse or not, there's no doubt that they stayed true to who they are and executed.
And everyone that has been trying to put like a negative connotation to their numbers or you know, trying to focus on everything but the music, I think you brought up a great point of through their rollout and music, stayed to their core, and look what happened. It leaked over to people that weren't their core. Yeah. They got in front of everyone, not by having to do, of course the Travis thing was one thing, but they focused music. Platforms, they even said, we only want to speak to certain people with this shit. Your core is what you focused on, and it went past your core. That's why focusing on your core first is always the best route.
Always the best way.
I saw a lot of people comparing with Jackboys, and congrats to Chase, Trav, everybody. 250 first week, crazy. 181 pure sales.
They did 250?
251. Now, that brought up between why I brought up Jackboys.
That's surprising. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see anybody talking about the album.
Dog, Travis went #1 with a mixtape that was like 10 years old that he re-released with a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's wild.
It didn't really shock me. It brought up a lot of points over the past week with the Clipse and Jackboys, because like you said, Clipse did a lot of cool shit with different vinyl covers, different merch pieces. Push even said, I forgot, maybe it was with Joe and Jada, that they plan to do more merch collabs with this album. I'm sure that the record will be part of it when you purchase the clothes. That's what Jackboys done. That's always been something people say about Travis. Remember when Nicki went on that whole fucking crazy rant? And then Billboard changed the rules in 2020. Then 2023, I want to say, they changed it back. That's why we're still able to do the bundle thing, but you have to have the album available for purchase by itself, and then only one t-shirt and album can be sold together.
Okay.
That's the only bundles you're allowed to do.
So this album was connected to some Jackboys merch?
A lot of it.
Okay.
That's why.
That changes things a little bit.
I want to make it clear, like pure sales also comes from buying direct on iTunes, buying direct vinyls and everything. So they accuse the Clipse and Jackboys of, like, you know, the margins are kind of crazy, but not too far off for people that do bundles. It's about half.
Okay.
Who cares? I understood Nicki shit because to a superstar like Nicki Minaj, a lot of perception in #1 does matter. I get it. But the fans that get mad about this shit, I don't understand. So Billboard, we have no artist union. We can't even regulate how Billboard even counts anything. We allowed streaming to set the exact price of what our songs are worth without even a hearing, a trial, nothing. They said, this is the market value, no matter who the fuck you are, and this is it. And we said, okay, here's my music. We're not allowed to go try to find a loophole so we can make some more money? You already fucked us by setting a standard that only really benefits y'all at the end of the fucking day. We're not allowed to go outside the lines. The labels we signed to are in bed with you. So why the fuck would I be mad at Travis or Malice or Push to find a way to go direct to their consumers to make more money off their hard work? The fuck is y'all mad at an artist for? Be mad at that we have to do this. Because there's no reason a Travis Scott song should be worth 0.000001 of a penny.
Right.
And you also know how to design clothes? You fucking right, I'm gonna find a loophole.
Yeah, I think that, you know,
that's
people
what creators had to do forever is try to find a loophole out of the system that y'all create that we can't go outside of. And now the fans of creatives are going like, oh, nah, how you doing that shit? That's cheating. No, we've been cheated.
Yeah, I think that's the part of it that fans don't really look at and don't really take into, account. Is yes, I understand. You're saying, oh well, the numbers only look like that because they have merch with it. Yeah, but on the artist side, they're looking at it like, well, shit, we got to find a way to make money. We got to find a way to, capitalize off of this album. We can't do it purely off of streaming because of, like you said, what they're paying us for a stream. So I mean, but again, it's not the consumer's responsibility to know that or think about that. The consumer's responsibility is to consume and decide whether or not they enjoy it or not. They don't really have to get into the business side of it. But they, when they express themselves and they're mad about something, the information should be available to them. Hey, listen, like you said, the artist is only getting paid this small percentage on their music. Is it not fair for the artist to find a way to kind of capitalize and make money off of their music in another lane? I think it is, you know what I'm saying? Whether that affects the sales and how fans look at the numbers and who's number one, who's number two. Like I said, some of my favorite albums, I don't know where they landed on the charts. I don't know what they sold first week. I have no idea.
And on top of that, and I'm not like taking a shot at Billboard or anything. It's really because we have a no artist union that can regulate it. We don't even know how the fuck Billboard counts anything.
Right.
There's no checks or balances of like, all right, can I audit Billboard? Mm-hmm. Like you can't do that. So artists just have to do what is better for them. And we talked about back to like the Nicki thing. I do understand that some major label artists, especially at that level, have stipulations in their contract. Like if you get a number one album, certain budget gets open, like accolades do matter. It matters with Grammys. Perception is a thing in artistry. So, okay, if you set the standard that I have to have a number one album, I'm a creative. I'm not going to find a way to do it. Mm-hmm. I have to manipulate the system that you won't change.
Right.
So I'll also do that. I'll also sell a t-shirt and not even put an extra $9.99 on it, but you're still getting a digital download. I'll even take the hit financially to do the perception thing because you have created a contract where I need to be in the top 10 to matter at your label or to open a certain budget or have any leverage when I renegotiate.
Right.
I can't get this Grammy because, if you look at Billboard, it doesn't match our Grammy standards. Like, yeah, artists are just doing what's best for them that doesn't affect the fans whatsoever.
Artists got to pivot, man. Artists got to find a way to still capitalize off their art. If it means, attaching it to a fire piece of merch and things like that, that's just the game that has to be played.
When the Khaled, Travis, Tyler thing happened, remember with their fight for number one and that whole corny situation on Khaled's behalf. Mm-hmm. We all have corny moments. I'm not shitting on Khaled. His shit when he didn't beat Tyler was pure. I'm sure he did a merch bundle somewhere in there, but he tied that to an energy. He was selling cases of energy drinks, and we didn't even know that was tied to. I was at 7-Eleven, didn't know I just bought a Khaled album.
Yeah, you know now.
And here's the thing: I know number one matters a lot to Khaled. It's part of his brand and his perception, which I get. I totally get that.
Yeah.
I also didn't care. Like if that's how Khaled can make money on the back end and has a deal with the energy company, to me that's good business.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, unless they're like harming people overseas to create this energy drink. I don't like what, why as a fan would I be fucking mad at that?
Yeah. Only time
that's so weird to me.
Only time I look at it a weird way is when the music is trash. Mm-hmm. And you tell me that's number one. That's when I'm like, yo, cut this shit, man. Like that album is fucking terrible. Like, but if the music is fire, the album is dope. I don't care if it's a hoodie or some sneakers or energy drink tied to that shit. I don't care. As long as the music is good. When the music is not good and y'all try to tell me this is the number one album, that's when I'm looking at you like, man, get out of here. That's not the number one album.
I literally, to this day, I feel like the first Patriot Act, Big Brother looking over you was U2 in all Apple products. Mm-hmm. U2 has been part of my life, whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
So we supposed to get mad when Hove does a deal with Samsung and it's a million copies before the album even comes out? Mm-hmm. I don't care.
Right.
Is Magna Carta good? Mm-hmm. Why the fuck would that bother you?
Yeah, I get it. But as fans, they support who they support, man, and they want to see their people at number one. And if somebody has a hoodie that's dope, but the album is not, and now that album is number one, I get that part of it too. I get why people are upset.
I think a lot of fans, myself included sometimes, which is
your merch can't be better than the album. Let's put that out there. Your merch can't be better than the album.
But
that's when the problem comes.
Here's the thing. a moral fan of music, do have an issue with people that are not artists, that are just here for a lick. But if your music is trash and your actual talent is to create merch and you're using your shitty YouTube type beat shit to get eyes in front of your actual talent, I don't care. I don't.
But you speaking from a creative. And I understand it, and I get it. I get it. I understand.
A creative that also realizes that integrity doesn't pay the mortgage sometimes. And I'm not saying go do some shit against your integrity or against your moral value, but if you can capitalize and get $10 instead of $5 out of your core fan base, and your fan base can't wait to do that because your product is also good, what the fuck is the problem?
Yeah, I get it. I understand that.
I want to ask these fans, like, to break down what would you do in this situation? That needs to be an app. Anyone that does a tweet that's like really criticizing someone's business move that doesn't, again, like hurt anyone, it should give you the scenario of like, what would you do in this? Yes or no? Would you take this advance? Would you take all right, if Kaz came to you to do all your artwork and then wants to do 5 different vinyls as limited edition, charge this much money? Yes or no?
Right. Yeah, no, I get it.
Of course you do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Makes sense.
This message applies to 99% of you listening right now, because that's how many of you can be covered by fast and reliable service on the Boost Mobile network with 99% nationwide coverage. That's pretty much the whole nation if you get down to more. Like 99% pretty much covers.
That covers it.
It covers everything. But if you're thinking, no, I'm special, I'm in that 1%, Boost Mobile's amazing network does apply to you. I promise. And I don't want to hear it. You're either that one guy who actually profited off meme coin, or you're a billionaire. And in my experience, I find all of you untrustworthy and weirdly obsessed with memes. But for the 99% of you, listen up.
Right now, when you switch to Boost Mobile, you can get the iPhone 15 with Dynamic Island and a 48 megapixel main camera for $99.99. That's $99.99 for the iPhone 15 on a nationwide network. I'm 99% positive Boost Mobile just gave all of us a really freaking good deal. In-store offer only. $35 device setup fee may apply. Requires credit qualification, ID verification, and activation on $60 plan. Tax extra. 5G speeds not available in all areas.